late.
Okay, greetings. First of all, I welcome to all of you here. International Internship University is a leading virtual educational system and global brand confederation, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide and well reputed in delivering innovative programs. Globally, it is a trusted name for quality training programs, and it is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries and 6 continents. And under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit sir, a committed and inspiring social activist, a passionate educationist from the last 2 decades, providing education to students from various social and cultural backgrounds. I, Faisal Fayyaz, take the privilege to be a trainer or resource person for the training session by training, learning and development department of the International Internship University. So my name is Faisal Fayyaz, and today my session it's about importance and diversity of STEM. This is a very important topic nowadays, and everyone is basically giving preference to this topic. Reason, day by day, the importance of STEM is becoming so much up, and its potential and its basically need of the time as well. Reason, through STEM, we can enhance the potential of our young learners, as well as we can create our young generation as a 21st digital skills problem solver as well. So I'm going to start my presentation with this picture: learn, design, and quality. So when we talk about the learn, so it means tell me and I forget. It's a simple thing. So whenever I try to learn something, so obviously we have a volatile memory, and in this way we will, due to volatile memory, we could not save that thing in our memory, and we cannot remember that thing. On the other hand, if I teach someone, so maybe the other one will remember that thing, and obviously when I involve to someone, then the person will learn something. Creativity is the new thing. It's seeing that everyone else has seen and thinking what no one else has thought. So it means creativity is always a new thing. Means you are enhancing the potential of young learners, and you are making things. So there is a great difference between invention and innovation as well. So creativity is the thing which only rare people can see, that how they develop a new thing, which is not basically available in the world, or no one invented, no one innovated. So if you make or enhance the features of any product, of any idea, so it's a great creativity. Then the next thing is design. So design is not just what it's look like and feels like. Design is how it works, according to Steve Jobs. So designing, it's the main thing, it's the infrastructure or the background or the main foundation on which your system will work, and in this way you people can get the outcome of your output of your product as well. So Albert Einstein said this thing: it's not that I am smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. So this is a very basically precise sentence about the Albert Einstein, that he said that I'm not smart, but I basically kept myself in different activities in such a way that I engage myself while solving different problems. So due to these things or activity, I become smarter. So it's the main thing: practice makes a man perfect. and necessity is the mother of invention. So if you involve yourself in such kind of diversified activities, then obviously you will learn, you will enhance your potential, and these are the new things. Technology is the branch of knowledge dealing with engineering or applied sciences. It is the application of scientific knowledge to the practical aims of human life. So if we see, so technology, science, engineering, and mathematics, these are the main four disciplines or four different subjects. But if we make a package or a complete collection of subjects in such a way that our young generation and our individual will learn and grasp the foundation of this knowledge, then obviously he or she can survive better in the world as well while facing the future challenges and problems as well. So STEM is the most important thing, most important tool, and it can help to everyone who want to basically grow up and want to enhance their potential. STEM is not just a subject of school. It's a way of thinking and doing an important skill that could see your generation working together towards greater challenges. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Being an expert, but it's not about in all of these things. So it means that the person having the average level of knowledge, skills, tools about these four subjects. So in this way, he or she can survive better in the world while compiling, while interpreting different things, while facing different challenges. They can compile and process different things through these subjects and can resolve their problem. The biggest challenge of the young generation for young generation is this, that there is a need to make them the better problem solver for the 21st century skills. Instead, it's about harnessing the essential transferable skills behind them. So whatever we want, we want to enhance our young generation potential. So there is a need to give them best package of subjects and knowledge, due to which reason they can basically become a good problem solver as well. Scientists. So when we talk about science, so scientists know how to hypothesis, experiment, analysis, and evaluate what they discover. When we talk about the technology, so it can make our life better. Designers of all sorts work together to make everyday tasks more effective and fun. Engineers don't just wear hard hats, they are problem solvers that work on some of the world's biggest challenges like bionic limbs for people with disabilities or exploring outer space. When we talk about the mathematics, so it teaches us how to quantify data and how physics rules the world around us. With mathematics, we can implement change and minimize error. So these are the main things. So you will not have to master all of these skills either. Teamwork is an essential STEM skills. Take the search for new energy sources, for example, geologists and geophysicists search for gas deposits. Engineer help you design and run platform and processing plant, construction teamwork to build essential infrastructure under the supervision of project manager, and environmental scientists work with every step of the way. Plenty of your strength and working in a team will have you creating a better impact than if you are working alone. Nowadays, 75% of today's growing career requires STEM skills, and 82% of today's employers say they value STEM skills even if they are not required for the job. STEM skills can even unlock your potential to earn a higher salary or become more employable. So it means this is the need of time. This is the need of future challenges. So if you grasp the foundation knowledge of STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, then you can survive better in this world. 4 pillars of STEM. These are very important according to the basically subjects, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM is an approach to teaching that's larger than its constituent parts. STEM removes the traditional barriers erected between the four disciplines by integrating the four subjects into the one cohesive curriculum. So it means that we are sharing, we are caring, and we are integrating these four subjects in such a way that we can train our student and can make our young generation a better problem solver as well. So these are the four main pillars: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. They have their own importance, and we know very well that science, engineering, and mathematics, these are the basically old subjects. The only one, the new thing is your technology. If we talk about the science, it's 1,000 years earlier. If we talk about engineering, mathematics, so it's again 1,000 years ago. It was practiced and it was introduced, and everyone practiced on engineering and mathematics as well. But technology after 1980, after the computer revolution and IT revolution, it is the first thing which basically having it's just like a tool which integrate all the other subject in a single place. So it means all other disciplines and subjects are being immersed in technology in such a way that they are now, without technology they are nothing and they are alone. So technology is the main nowadays a new thing. It's a tool. It's provide us services. It makes our lives so much easier. If we see before the computer, it's very difficult for everyone to make the work efficient, to send the document in other countries or such kind of other things. You can know very well that due to technology and computer revolution, we have the way. We our work become efficient. We are humans become more smart and faster than earlier. So science, engineering, and mathematics, they are the old subject, and technology is the only integrated first of the subject, which basically combine all the things and make a complete package and make the whole world as a smarter place in this world as well. So global village and internet, it's just like the international network. It's a collection of things where everyone having the freedom to speak, to transfer, to send anything to anyone. And if we just look at this thing that due to technology, we are able to do multiple tasks at a time nowadays. If we just look at this thing that before computer revolution and before after computer revolution, what the impact of computer in our life, you can imagine this thing that after 1980, computer science and technology subject was introduced in everywhere in the world, in every school, in every college, in every university, in every institution, in every club, in every community as well. And it means that technology is basically integrating all the things in such a way that it's the first time where all the people, all the human mankind and all the civilization, they are able to share, they are able to basically send, receive, and they are on a single path. So due to this feature, due to technology, computer science, and information technology revolution, now this world has become a global village. We are practicing online session here. I'm from Pakistan, and from other attendees from all over the world, they are attending the session on Facebook and the other channels as well. So they are getting and they are receiving the information, and it's only due to technology. Reason, earlier civilization, maybe they are more smarter than and they are more enriched skills and knowledge as compared to today. But technology is the one thing, and it's the first time in the history of the world that due to technology, we all basically become one. And this world has become a global village only due to technology. If we talk about the past, Egyptian mummies and Egypt having different star astronomy like knowledge and different chemicals knowledge, but science is unable to store still the dead body of any person. Same like Bermuda Triangle, still it's basically there are different myths are there that this is what no one can reply, or science is unable to define that what is the real thing of Bermuda Triangle and what the mechanism and what is it. So it means in the past, different civilization having more knowledge and advanced knowledge, having some magical powers and knowledges as well, but they basically vanished from this earth due to they were not connected to everyone. In COVID-19, we have seen this thing that each and every person basically discontinue, and they were not basically able to talk or speak or move freely. But what happened that due to technology, we are able to process each and everything. We are able to run the cycle of our life. We are sharing, we are caring, we are sending our data, we are receiving our data. So slowly and gradually, we basically run our life cycle, and then we become able to streamline our lives. And after 1 or 2 years, we are here to basically, we are spending our lives in a normal life. And it's only due to technology. So STEM, it's discover, science is discover, describe a better understanding of life, what it is. Technology, invent and innovate, improving the natural world. Engineering, control, modify or design. Materials, process and system, what could be. Mathematics, symbolic language for representing reality, making sense of the world with numbers. So you can see the STEM education. A competitive STEM-based skill is vital to our future as a knowledge-intensive economy. Science, engineering, mathematics, technology, these all four disciplines and subjects, they are playing their own roles in the society and in the world. But due to this STEM package or STEM basically philosophy, we are able to make a rational, basically productive outcome or a skill and tool as well. STEM was firstly introduced in the world in 2000 by Americans. And it's the first time that in 2005, American implemented this STEM philosophy and education framework of STEM in their American education system. And they basically received a fruitful result and a better result as well. Now I'm talking about target of education. So as you know very well that in the past we have green evaluation, then industry and technology, then knowledge society, and then innovation society. So it all comes, it's just like a glimpse of our past. That when our 200 years ago, our standard of living, our lifestyle, and mostly each and everyone depend on basically agriculture sector, and there is no basically industrial sector, and there is no computer work, or there is no other job. There is only one thing, that is agriculture sector, where people mostly work hard, and in this way they are able to earn something. After that, after 20th century, what happened that industry and technology was emerged and introduced in the whole world. And this is the main thing, when human become rational and they are able to think in such a way that why we are working and why each and everything we are doing, we can use and build different tools. And due to these things, we can basically make our lives easier. So mechanical engineer and the other engineer basically develop different tools, machinery, chairlift and the lift sector in plazas, markets, then car, motor vehicles, airplane, and the other machinery was introduced in the whole world. And we are using in a normal routine nowadays. So after this, what happened that when humans have seen this thing, that they have developed a lot of tools and machinery to make the lives easier for humans. So they think about that human again complex, you can say, object as well. So we humans made machines, make machines, and God made us. So humans basically analyze, observe that how a person or a human work. So Gradually they are able to understand this thing, their internal mechanism, their external mechanism, their senses. So humans observe and analyze, and due to this reason they are able to study the human internal and external mechanism. And due to this reason, biology, chemistry, physics, and the other subject were introduced in the world. And science, obviously it's an old subject. Same like engineering, it's just like that when humans build or develop different tools to save their lives in the jungle and in the forest in the dark ages. And mathematics, when they are able to communicate to everyone, so in which way they are able to share their basically their outcomes, their things, and they are able to bargain something, that if someone basically give fruits to someone, then what the other person will provide to them. So in this way, they are able to exchange different things. After this, again, humans become more rational. So they develop different knowledge society. And in knowledge society, we have seen that we are able to share, we are able to develop different research-based knowledge, skills, and the things. And everyone is able to communicate, to search on Google or something. And in this way, they can resolve their problem through the search engine. Now, this is the era of digital era. It is also called artificial intelligence era. So where innovation society is there, according to Bloom's taxonomy, the creation is the most highest level of thinking and highest level of basically approach of any human. So they are able to communicate, they are developed to different things where data is abundantly available in the world, and there is only need to exchange and process data, and in this way they are able to make a new things. If we just look at this thing, data is called raw facts and figure. So if we work on it, then it's become information for us. So process form of data is your information, but knowledge is what when we put more efforts, more work on our information, so then we can become a knowledgeable person or knowledgeable personality as well. So it means if someone deeply work on a object, on a philosophy, on a research, then obviously its knowledge will be more better than others. So there are different examples in front of us: Abu Kalam Azad, Allama Iqbal, Qaid Azam, Sir Gandhi, Einstein. So these are the person who did more efforts as compared to the other humans. And they basically having the knowledge. They touch the knowledge level while working, while processing more onto specific things, on their specific domains, on their knowledge, to make it more bright, and to basically they have the thirst to refine the things of their specific domains. So when we talk about invention and innovation, so it's a great difference between invention and innovation. Invention, it's a creation of new product, service, or process, may not be commercialized, autonomous or induced, can be of economic or non-economic motive, usually restricted to R&D center, research and development, may bring few changes in organization, and proceeds innovation. So invention is that where we basically make a new things which is not available in the world. So here I want to give you example that IBM Intelligent Business Machines, firstly they developed the command line interface in 1978. And after that, our Microsoft founder, Bill Gates, in 1984, he developed basically graphical user interface, which basically becomes so much popular in the world that 90% of the population nowadays is using graphical user interface due to its simplicity, due to its specific features and rational designing of all these things. And here is the most important thing is this, that Microsoft only try to solve every human's problem. If you just look at their operating system name, Microsoft Windows, and Microsoft claims this thing that we will enter you into digital world. So whatever we are looking on screen, it's all digital, it's zero ones, but and they are saying right, we are looking whatever on the screen, it's illusion, but this illusion is being created by zeros and ones, and only due to digital processing. So it means Bill Gates introduced and invent the graphical user interface, and it's become popular. Reason command line interface was very difficult, where only expert can work. No layman can work on command line interface. There is a need of training. But on the other hand, if we just look at the Microsoft Windows, it's become so simple that if one or two times if a person looked at how the other operator is working and operating, then the things, then next time the learner can attempt by himself as well. So it means the claim of Microsoft is accurate, that we will enter you into digital world, and we are looking colors, movies, pictures, and everything. So this is invention. And after that, we have seen that different new inventions emerged, but Microsoft and computer invention was the most important invention in this digital era. Our cellular communication, our telecommunication totally depend on computer, microprocessor, and due to this reason, after the invention of computer and technology and information technology, our cellular communication become possible. Reason, your microframe computer is basically working along with your tower, and in such a way we are able to communicate through our mobile phones. So it's again, humans use the infrastructure of the telecommunication, and they just basically make a range, and in this way they make a rational way that your radio communication, radio waves will transmit to tower, and in this way it will be transmitted to other places, and your basically caller will be identified in the world as well through microframe computer as well, mainframe computer as well. Then we talk about the innovation. It is the introduction of new product, service, or process into the marketplace. Results into commercialization, usually induce economic motive, spread across the organization, bring organizational change, succeeds invention. So innovation means that the thing is available, but we are adding more feature in it, and it's become good, more good, and its feature become enhanced as well, that we the human community basically using that things more rationally, and in this way it's become easy for human to use that thing. So innovation is the basically the thing, if you have the invention but that invention having some shortcomings or something, so you just change that thing in such a way that it become more easy for a specific community. For example, if we see this thing that a specific product was introduced and developed in the world, but it is not good for Hindu community or Muslim community or Buddhism community or African community. So the regional experts emerged or developed some feature in it, and on that invention, and it's become general, it's become a standardized product for everyone. So this is innovation, and due to which reason it's become useful for everyone. So what is innovation again? Invention plus commercialization. So if you just having this commercialization feature, then obviously it is your innovation after the invention. It is an idea, practice, or object that is perceived as new by individual or other units of adoption. It is the use of new knowledge to offer a new product or service that consumer want, thus it is. Innovation is the search for and discovery, develop, improvement, adoption, and commercialization of new processes, new products, and new organization structures and procedure. So here is the basically main three requirements of your innovation. What is desirable to users? What is possible with the technology? What is viable in the marketplace? So these are the three main requirements. If you cover, then obviously it will be your innovation. So here a small video is here. I want to show here.
Generation women together to solve technology, engineering, and mathematics. But it's
hats. They are problem solvers that work on some of the world's biggest challenges, like creating bionic limbs for people with disabilities or exploring outer space. Mathematics is not just a subject at school. It's a way of thinking and doing, and an important skill set that could see your generation working together to solve some of the world's greatest challenges. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But it's not about being an expert in all of those things. Instead, it's about harnessing the essential, transferable skills behind. Scientists know how to hypothesize, experiment, analyze, and evaluate what they discover. Technology can make our lives better. Designers of all sorts work together to make everyday tasks more effective and more fun. Engineers don't just wear hard hats. They are problem solvers that work on some of the world's biggest challenges, like creating bionic limbs for people with disabilities or exploring outer space. Mathematics teaches us how to quantify and how to with mathematics, we can implement change and minimize error. You won't have to master all of these skills either. Teamwork is an essential skill. Take the search for new energy sources, for example. Geologists and geophysicists search for gas deposits. Engineers help to design and run platforms and processing plants. Construction teams work to build essential infrastructure under the supervision of project managers, and environmental scientists work with everyone every step of the way. Playing to your strengths and working as a team will help you create a great impact when you're working alone. It will help the Australian more employable. You don't have to earn a university degree to be successful either. There are plenty of courses to get you started in STEM. But we don't have enough STEM graduates to make demand. Numbers show that the demand for STEM careers has grown 79% since 1990, but enrolments in STEM degrees are at an all-time low compared to the last 20 years. And despite the job opportunities, just 16% of STEM professionals are women. STEM careers can start small, then change the world. Engaging in your high school STEM classes or learning to code could be your first step to delivering driverless vehicles to the road. Starting a research project at home or entering a science competition could seek defeating cancer with a cure. And that's just the beginning. We don't yet know what kind of jobs will exist 10, 20, 30 years from now, but with STEM, you're prepared for anything. How will you shape the future with your STEM skills?
So you have seen this thing. So attributes of STEM educated students. I'm audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Attributes of STEM. Okay. Attributes of STEM educated students. So what are the attributes we people receive after getting and after giving the knowledge to our young generation? It's in this way they can become better problem solver. They can become better innovators, inventors, self-reliant, logical thinkers, technologically literate. So it's a mixture. It's a collection of 4 disciplines. And in this way, we are making them a best future challenger as well. So STEM is a complete package. And in this way, we can make them more better. Inquiry-based STEM discipline, the process of identifying problems. So you can see this thing that when we humans are basically having inquisitive nature. So whatever or whenever they have in their mind, they will ask, they will inquire, they will think, and they will process and try to resolve and try to understand the mechanism that how it works. So if a person is a scientist and having technology knowledge as well, and he's very good in mathematics and in engineering as well, so the person can innovate, can develop a new thing, due to which reason they can serve the humanity. And anyone can do this thing. First of all, humans, there is a need to help to by himself. Firstly, humans try to survive in this world by competing and by covering all the challenges. So learning environment, if we talk about it, supply problem solve based learning, stimulate creativity, forming of own opinion and divergent interpretation. So it's a very important thing that stimulate creativity. So when we see that how the things are being emerged and combined, and in this way we are making different innovative items, so automatically the person are on the way where he can think and he can develop and he can make any creativity while working, while a background of basically a glimpse of innovative society or invention society. So it develop a culture where everyone is able to accept the failures as well as accept of this thing that everyone require and want to develop a new innovative items in the world for the human mankind. So in this way, we can help to every civil human as well. And we can make our lives more easier if we help, if we become able to help to each other. So again, International Internship University and other global platforms, United Nations, SDG goals, they all basically cover this thing that we all work together to save our world. And there is a need to basically overcome the problems of all communities and all the basically countries and civilizations as well. So it gives you basically experience if you have the STEM knowledge. Reason, if you are a good in science but you are not good in engineering and mathematics, so you cannot integrate that how the things are being developed in such a way that a new invention or innovative item can be introduced. So encourage collaborative learning. So this one is the most important thing where everyone is able to communicate. As I have told you this thing that before 1980, there is no computer science, information technology or technology subject was in the world. But after 1980, it was introduced in everywhere in the world. Reason, everyone knows the importance of technology. They realize this thing that without this technology, they are unable to process and they cannot become smarter and they cannot make their work more efficient. As basically we have seen that in history, we do not have any basically practice or the basically you can say no one having the any clue that any civilization communicate to other civilization. So this one is the first time where all the civilization are basically in a connection. They are able to share, they are able to care, they are able to collaborate, and in this way they are able to help to each other. So stimulate technology-enabled learning, encouraging the use of technology or software applications for learning. So here again, whatever the software has been introduced in the world, it's having a rational basically framework. It gives you something. I have written a paper, technology absorbs education in young learners. In this paper, I have basically, it was clearly mentioned and I have received the outcome this by studying different research papers that when a person use technology, then it means the learning process is going on. Reason, the person is using his brain and brain is your headquarter. So again, computer brain is your microprocessor. So when you work just like your microprocessor, so something is feeding in your mind and you are able to process different things. You are operating, you are controlling, you are sending message, you are communicating. So this is the best way. Technology is helping to everyone in this world. And our young generation are more smarter than us. Reason, they are using different technology gadgets as we people could not use due to in our time, it was not available in the world. But now we have seen that our young generation, our children tell us something that this one is the new app, this one is the new application or something. And this having this feature and it is used for this purpose. Reason, they are in learning process and technology absorb in their mind by practicing, by operating, by using them. When we talk about education technologies promoting STEM education, so these are the basically main things: virtual reality, clickers, keypads, flipped classroom, massive open online courses, Internet of Things, cloud computing. So nowadays everyone is using, and we can see that due to these things, we are basically feeding something in the brain of our young learners. And it's only due to STEM education. So these are the new trends, education 4.0. We know very well that learning can be taken place anywhere. So it was not possible in the past, but now it's happening. We are basically working with International Internship University. We are collaborating. We are giving lectures. You are listening. Each and every human in the world is basically able to communicate on this free platform. So these are the innovative strategies of STEM. You can see science club, reward discovery, science exhibition, science fair, science kit. So these are the different things. While working, while engaging your young learners in these things, you can feed the STEM skills naturally in themselves. As I have already told you, that learn, it's not just like that by doing it's this. If you involve someone to in some learning activities, then the person automatically learn and feed that thing. Innovative strategies of STEM. These are also some of the things: PowerPoint, video clips, word games, word parts, or social media. These are all the types of basically points of innovative strategies of STEM. STEM goals: function and thrive in our highly technological world. Nowadays, the most important thing is this, that what is, if we have a problem, so there are different options we have, but there is a need to identify the most rational feature, most rational outcome we want. For that, there is a need of these basically STEM education background, so that we can finalize that what the option we will choose and we will work on it. Then connection between disciplines. So we have seen this thing that nowadays in this world, different kinds of subjects have been introduced. For example, bioinformatics, biotechnology, biochemistry. So different disciplines and different subjects have been merged due to this technology science feature. So again, these are some of the principles. You can see this thing: challenge your students, mix it up, focus on integration, establish relevance, emphasize 21st century skills. So this one is the most important thing. The world basically becoming so much complex and smart as well. Reason day by day, the usage of the internet and the internet applications and STEM education is going up. So due to this reason, there is a need to basically upgrade ourselves, our young generation, of this latest philosophy as well. So digital age learning system, as you are looking here: sense of community, essential question, digital content, assessment for learning. So this is a digital age learning ecosystem where everyone basically is learning something by doing different things, while sharing, while communicating, while giving something, while working something, while playing something. So these are all the basically our digital age learning ecosystem nowadays. And everyone is in basically learning process in everywhere in the world. So these comes your experiences when you learn something. What is the importance of STEM? So it teaches critical thinking skill and instills a passion for innovation beyond the benefits of learning science, technology, and math. So it makes you the best problem solver. It is making you the basically future challenger as well. So now the thing is, what does diversity mean? So it's cultivating talent and promoting the full inclusion of excellence across the social spectrum. So we know very well diversity means where different nature of people and different community people together for a problem. So they all having different kinds of their regional and religious knowledge, and according to their historical information, according to their history of life, they think and they process, and according to that, they basically in a team, they produce some better outcomes. So now experts says this thing that if in a team, if a team having different diversified people, knowledge-wise, culture-wise, region-wise, and potential-wise as well, so they can basically produce some better outcome as compared to some all the balanced team, non-diversified people team. And on the other hand, if there is a diversified people team, so they can produce something more better than other. So you people are looking here that these are different education framework, education 1.0, 2, 3, 4. So lecture, formal method, then internet-based learning, then knowledge producing education, innovative producing education, or something like. You can see these are all the basically, you can say teaching or learning method where and how we can do this thing. In innovative producing education, we are able to communicate to everyone. We are sharing, and with different activities, learning by doing, and by doing learn, we learn something. So the basic motive is this: to enhance the knowledge, to enhance the basically potential of every individual. And for this, there is a need of different subject. So here, diversity again helps us in such a way as well that different extrovert people and introvert people, they have different kinds of interest in different subjects. Maybe they do not like in the science subjects or engineering subject, but they are very good in math or in technology. So it means when they work in diversified team, then automatically by working by collaboration, they learn something. So this one is pictorial representation of educational framework, where you are looking at education 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and 4.0. It's in front of us. Nowadays, education 4.0, where everyone is able to share, care, collaborate, integrate different things to learn something. So concept, it's become change. If we just look at the past, before 1980, from teacher-centered instruction, now it's become student-centered instruction. Then single sense stimulation, it become multi-sensory. Single path progression, it become multi-path progression. Single media, it's become multimedia. Single media means there in formal teaching method or learning method, there is only class or a teacher or students. On the other hand, nowadays, everyone is working, walking, sharing, traveling, doing something, they learn something. And from isolated work, I mean some introvert people work and basically close themselves in a room by completing their target. But nowadays, what happened if they are in a room and they are introvert, but they are communicating, they are collaborating with other people to resolve their problem and to complete their challenges as well. From information delivery and nowadays to information exchange. Information delivery means that in the past, teacher delivered the information and informed the students, while nowadays teacher and students both are sharing information, they are communicate to each other, and they all basically in learning process, even in teacher, while teaching to someone, they are learning something, that how to control the behaviors of the students and the other external or internal things. So this one is the Bloom's taxonomy. It's in front of you. The higher you go up the triangle, the higher your level of thinking. So in previous pyramid, we know very well that evaluation was on the top, but now the Bloom's taxonomy have been revised, and you can see this thing that creating is the highest level of thinking, and it is being considered that creation is the main thing. Diversity, why diversity is so important in STEM? A more diverse team is more likely to outperform a more homogeneous team, even when the homogeneous team is considered to have relatively greater ability as individual than the more diverse group. So I have already told you this thing. If you have different nature of people in your team, potential wise, nature wise, and the other parameter wise, then your team and diversified team can produce much better than other homogeneous team. So nowadays, the experts say this thing that STEM prepares students for life regardless of the profession they choose to follow. STEM teaches students how to think critically and how to solve problems, skills that can be used throughout life. Reason is this, they do not have a single, you can say, subject or knowledge. They have different subjects knowledge in their brain and in their mind, skill-wise and potential as well. So they can try to resolve by integrating, by processing these all the subject knowledges, and in this way they can produce the more efficient outcome as well. So this one is the just a glimpse of this thing, that in a single minute, how many people or queries were happened on these different digital application, as you are looking 4.1 million search queries in a single minute in 2020. 1.3 million people logging in on Facebook. 19 million people text in a 60-second else. So this one is again personal learning environment. So your brain is basically, while it's stimulating all the learning parameters when you are working, when you are engaging, when you are discussing, when you are sharing, when you are collaborating. So it all, while working, while operating different things, you are learning. So it's your personal learning environment. So it means it's all learning by doing. You are doing, you are using, you are operating, and you are feeding the skill in your brain as well. And your brain is able to grasp all the knowledge and skill as well. So this one is again a different picture of your Bloom's taxonomy. So lower order thinking skills, and you can see that in previous evaluation, now it's creating. And according to that, different digital application have been shown in this picture. You can see this thing. So using real world problem, if we talk about, so is the sense of STEM lessons solving real world problems causes students to use, expand higher order thinking skills. Identifying creative real world problem for student is the essence of STEM teaching. So it means it can help, STEM can help out to everyone while processing all these four disciplines. We need to emphasize critical thinking, problem-solving ability development, leadership, teamwork development, ethics and responsibility, invention, imagination and ingenuity, communication skill development. So in this way, STEM basically encourage to every human to become an inventor and innovator, as well as scientist, engineer, technical expert, and mathematician as well. So STEM gives you basically a hope to do something in this world, to resolve the problem of other, to serve the humanity, to serve the community, while just learning these four disciplines. So in this way, you can help yourself as well as you can basically help to other peoples as well. What we need in school STEM content. So these are simple things: engage learning, learning or less lecture by doing activities, ill-structured problem solving. So these are some of the things you can see. Inclusion of engineering design: ask, research, imagine, plan, create, test, and improve. So this is again a basically complete cycle where engineering design process is basically is this, that whatever the problem we have, we develop something. So its simplest example is this thing, that when first motor car was invented or developed, then what happened? It only basically runs few kilometers. But what happened? Gradually humans added more feature in it. For example, they added radiator, then they added anti-braking system, anti-lock system, and gradually they, due to the very large scale integration system in 1965, where different industrialists and the big MNC, they are able to communicate and to share their working to make all the things simple standard, that a car having or any object at abstract level having these features. So nowadays, the companies, they are adding different features, GPS and the other in any object or in any machinery. And it's all due to this STEM and the innovation technology. A tall order, what it is? Preparing the next generation to succeed in life is a tall order, and we will substantially fail if we do not teach children how to think critically and solve ill-structured problems. So it means if we make our student dull, then we cannot expect that they can become a better problem solver for future challenges as well. So there is a need to give them, this is the time that we should realize the importance of STEM, as the advanced developed countries, they basically realize the importance of STEM, and Europe and in America, STEM has been embedded in their education system. So what the student gain? So these are all the basically some of the feature that student while learning STEM, they can learn this thing. They can basically get creativity, confidence, problem solving, focus, communication, accountability, collaboration, dedication, and feedback or something else. So this one is the basically statistical analysis where most students choose STEM degrees in those in which countries basically people or students like to choose the STEM degrees. So we can see in this graphical picture that Tanzania is the main 43.3%, Germany, then Singapore, India, Russia, UK, US, and Brazil. So we are looking at the basically the underdeveloped countries who are basically adopting and choosing STEM as the best tool for the young generation. They are becoming the advanced or developed countries as well while working on the STEM. So this one is percentage of STEM in percentage of women in STEM jobs. So 1970 to 2009, it's a statistical analysis. As you people look in this picture, that the highest level is social scientists, NGOs, that women like to work in NGOs and in other MNCs to serve the humanity, something like mathematical worker, then life and physical scientists, computer workers, and then engineers. So it means male having more ratios as compared to the women in engineering and computer workers, something like. So the countries with the most STEM graduates. So this one you can see, China is the leading country where recent graduates in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, according to 2016, at 4.7 million. Then the name comes of India. It's 2.6 million. Then United States, Russia, Iran, Indonesia, and Japan. So it means those people, those countries who realize the importance of STEM, they are working, they are choosing, and they are embedding the STEM education in their education system to gain the fruitful result. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.